So I just wanted to make a short, quick video on how we took one of our creators from 2K per month to over $40,000 per month in a short time frame. So in 2 months, obviously in, as you can see, November here it says 2.3K. This creator joined us around the end of November. It wasn't quite in December. It was towards the end of November, right? We trained her with different strategies, which I'll go over. We completely revamped her account, Instagram and OnlyFans, and changed everything. We used all of our own strategies, our own marketing methods to basically push her account in the right direction. And as you can see, the first month it was it was better than November, but obviously we didn't hit that 10K mark, which we always strive to try and hit the 10K mark within like the first month. And then obviously the second month, that's like the second full month that she was working with us, we hit that 10K mark. And then in February we hit 41,000 net, so about like 52K gross or whatever it converts to. And yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the background of the creator first. This creator had been at OF herself for almost a year, doing everything herself, like I mentioned in the last video, no delegation at all, struggling to hit the right amount of revenue. She had worked with some shady agencies. She tried dodgy methods of marketing, so um like black hat methods. She was doing Reddit. She was doing black hat methods on Reddit, which is like she was buying upvotes and stuff like that so that she could, basically how Reddit works is if you post in a subreddit, whichever post gets the most upvotes is going to be at the top of that subreddit, right? So in terms of marketing, you want your post to be at the top of each subreddit that you're posting into, right? Let's say you post in 30 different subreddits per day. You want your post to be as high up as possible, right? So that people who are in those subreddits can see you, go to your personal Reddit page, and then obviously to the OnlyFans. So this costs money, of course. It's cheap for upvotes, but again, it's illegal or against platform rules. So more often than not, you're gonna lose accounts, and then you have to buy an account again. On a lot of subreddits, you need to wait like, I don't know what it is. I think it's like 30 to 60 days. Your account needs to have an age of 30 to 60 days. So then you're buying accounts. Sometimes those accounts that you buy for like $40 to $60, they get banned straight away. Then you're buying another $60, another $60, and then before you know it, you're spending more money than you're making. Especially if you're just starting out, it's an awful strategy. Especially if that's all you're doing, and it's there's no longevity. You're not growing a brand because again, it's not organic. She had no real drive to chat. Again, like I mentioned in the last video, just doing a lot of chatting herself, or people doing chatting herself eventually fall off. They get burnt out, and they just don't want to do it because it's stressful. Waking up every day and going to the computer, doing the chatting by yourself, it's the worst thing ever. And she had zero social media presence. So I believe when she first started working with us, she had like 700 followers on Instagram, maybe a bit more, but it was definitely between 700 and like 1100, around that mark. I think like, yeah, around that mark. But we saw that she had a lot of potential and she had a lot of drive to actually work hard. It was just, we saw she was really beat up with like all the failures and dodgy agencies that she'd worked with. She was really going through a lot of self doubt, but we saw the potential in her and we really wanted to help her and blow her up, right? So she had a lot of potential and really enjoyed making content. It just wasn't the right content for her. What she was doing, she was focusing on so many things at once. Like TikTok, she was posting like reaction videos to certain things. On Instagram, it was like dances that didn't really suit like how she looked, her vibe, her brand. Reddit, like I mentioned, that was the main thing that she was doing, and then a bit of Twitter. She was doing like You know, where you see people doing that whole strategy where you just comment on big creators' posts to like get seen. She was doing that again. That's super tedious. Everything she was doing was super tedious, and it wasn't moving any levers forward, right? With her main focuses, she was also doing a bit of Snapchat, but that wasn't working either. With her main focuses and success from Twitter and Reddit, mainly a lot of black hat stuff, which I just mentioned before. Which black hat is like going against platform rules to give yourself an unfair advantage, you could say, which is super draining. I know it because like a year or so ago, I was also um doing Reddit. Like I was trying Reddit. That was one of the first things we tried to do, or I tried to do when I first started. Was like having a look at the Reddit stuff because um my first mentor, he was very black hat. Everything he does, everything he still does is super black hat. So I went down that route before I went down the route of organic, which is what we focused on organic with this creator. So she was struggling some days to even pull in one new sub. So it was a miracle that she was actually making like 2K per month on average. I think she found like um she got lucky finding someone who had a lot of money. So it was very luck based that she was making money, but yeah, it was still a lot of work for that amount of money. She could only make money when she was at her computer, meaning when she was sleeping or outside, she couldn't chat or make money. So, how we helped? Firstly, we scrapped everything. We said, listen, if you're going to work with us, we're not doing Twitter, we're not doing TikTok, we're not doing Snapchat, and we're definitely not doing Reddit, and we're not doing dating apps. We're just going to focus on Instagram, solely Instagram, so that we can master it and we can get your brand out there. And at first, she was like, "Oh, I don't know, I want to do all of this stuff." And then eventually, we showed her focusing on one platform is the key to growing, right? I mentioned it in a previous video where it's energy is finite. If you have 10 points of energy and then you're like 1 point in Snapchat, 1 point in TikTok, Instagram, dating apps, Reddit, Twitter, you're wasting all of that energy instead of like, boom, 10 points in Instagram every day. You're going to get so much further than other people that are doing everything. So the next thing we did was implemented a 24/7 chat theme, which completely removed her from chatting. She never had to look at the OnlyFans again if she didn't want to. So again, removing her completely from chatting. And then we allocated her a creative director to help improve her content, which was obviously all of this stuff is super important. But again, having a creative director there to help her move in the right direction was super important, and that's what helped blow up her content, right? Okay. So what this did, focusing on only Instagram helped us to build on the best platform whilst focusing all of her energy on it instead of elsewhere. The sentence doesn't make sense to me, but it does. Focusing on only Instagram helped us to build on the best platform whilst focusing all of our energy on it, meaning Instagram, instead of elsewhere. So again, she came to us with about like 700 followers to 1,000. Let's say she was at 1,000 followers. Within the first 6 months, we grew her to 200,000 followers. And again, that's a big increase, right? For her, the previous year, spending all that time black hat methods, not making any money, and then boom, 6 months in, she's got 200,000 followers. She's making 40K a month. It's like dream come true, right? We changed this girl's life, and that's the most rewarding part for me. Like just seeing the flip side, seeing how like she changed her life, the holidays that she's going on, like how happy she is now, all of that stuff. That's what we're in this for, what me and our team. So removing her from chatting gave her lots more time to focus on content and overall be in a more driven and positive mind frame for success. Because chatting is the worst thing ever and it's draining. Even though I'm good at chatting, I fucking hate it so much. We blew her up. With the help of the creative director, we blew her up. It took a few weeks to find what worked for her, like we got lucky in December that like things started to pick up, but on average it takes like 4 to 6 weeks to really find your vibe, your theme, and your brand, what you want to go on, your niche. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks, but I think we found it within like 3 to 4 weeks, or 2 to 3 weeks, or something like that. But she was working really hard on ensuring that we did reach those numbers, because obviously it was the end of the year. You've got Christmas, you've got New Year's. You want to start like you got your New Year's resolutions. It's ending the year on a good note was probably one of the good, like the biggest reasons why she began so hard in 2025, January, February, and then continuing on with all of that momentum. So she went from pretty much 0 to 2 subs per day to around 100 subs per day on average. We did this through engineering great content and ensuring potential fans had a smooth sail through her funnel. So her funnel was cooked, right? Like there was no, like she had her OnlyFans link in her Instagram bio in the beginning. Um, no link in bio tool, so we gave her the link me. Back then it was something else. Um, then we had just the OnlyFans link, and then when you go to the OnlyFans, we had an offer like a discount. She had no discount, which again is bad. I mentioned this before, having the discount, like 80% discount. The psychology of it is like, okay, you have a $100 product, let's discount it 50%, so it's $50 now. 90% of people who never even wanted, like, they never were gonna buy the product, now go and buy it because the psychology of like the discount is, oh, I'm saving $50 on $100 product, I should buy it now, right? So if you say like, okay, this product is 50% off for the next 7 days, the scarcity and the psychology of people wanting to go and get that and save that money, it's just crazy how that works, right? Because people don't see it as, oh, I'm still spending $50. They see it as, oh, I'm saving $50. So it's like, if this product was originally $50, always 24/7, 365, the sales wouldn't be as much as they was if it's first priced at 100 and then it's 50% discounted. It's just the psychology of that is unmatched. So again, it's super important that you have a discount. We do 70 to 85%. Normally 80% is what we do. And then it's like, okay, like a $20 subscription fee, 80% to hair discount. So it's like $3 to $4. $4, I believe, is what we do on average. So yeah, we have also have a full Instagram breakdown video on this channel. I'm not going to go through the strategies that we did with the creative director, but there's like a full hour-long video already on this. So I think that's one of the first videos we did. So go check that out if you want to know the full Instagram breakdown of how to do this part. And then I don't have a chat training video yet, but I will. But that'll be a long ass video. So here's some small things that we tweaked. Again, we had the one link in her bio. Now it's link me. We had the discounted sub price. We had a welcome message in the PPV. For example, she had no welcome message at all. People would just join, subscribe, and then nothing. There was no welcome message. Now we had a welcome message with a video of her, like a safer work video, non-nude, of her just like welcoming the fan, and then like pushing them onto a low tier piece of content, which is normally like just braless. That's it, and it's like $9.99. And then obviously the fan is new, the fan is fresh. They come in, they get hit with the welcome message, they see the PPV, they instantly buy, right? Instead of the fan coming in horny and then they've got to wait for a response. They don't know how to buy content. They can only buy content if you push content on them, right? On a paid account. So having the welcome message PPV just changes the game, makes you a lot of money. And then she was not doing any scripts. She was just like, every time someone wanted a new video, she'd make a new video, which is crazy, like most of the time. So we made scripts to make each fan believe that they were getting her attention in real time. So all the script is like, let's say you have 10 pieces of content. You start with a free piece, which is like a tease. And then from piece 1 to 10, it gradually gets more expensive, showing like more exclusive stuff. And then obviously it's kind of like it's all set in one scene. So it's like if a new fan comes in and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing right now?" Send piece 1, and then boom, they think that they're actually talking to the model, and then the model doesn't have to be there. If you have like 10 scripts and like you have this one guy who's spending a lot of money every single day, then boom, one script day 1, day 2, another script day 3, boom, boom. It's super important to get a lot of scripts so that you can do that method. And then obviously we implemented the easy to create content formula for longevity with the creative director. Um, and then on here OnlyFans page we had like pinned message strategies for retention. Like we had a pinned message. The top pinned message is focused on making fans click auto renew. Then the second is like another um piece of content where people DM you a specific word so that they can just get that piece of content, because I'd say like 20% of people who subscribe, they don't want any conversation at all. They just want to come, they want to buy content. So make it easy for those people, because sometimes they're the biggest spenders, right? So we'd have post 1 um pushing people to activate auto renewal so that they're gonna spend like the $20 every month. Uh, piece 2 is like a high value piece of content, maybe price it at like $50. So if they send you the word, you just send that piece of content for like $50. It's gonna be like a tease on the page. It's gonna be like a tease piece, and then they get sent the actual piece in the DMs for like $50. But make sure it's like a $150 worth piece of content, and then you sell it for 50, so people think that they feel like they're getting a lot of value from you. And then again, we do a lower tier and then a lower tier. So 4 pin posts, just like that. It's very simple, and it makes a lot of money. So all of this meant that she was working a lot less and making a lot more money. And then obviously she's happier. She's got mental clarity. She's making money. She's going on holidays. She's living her life. It's amazing, right? And then obviously she's able to gain brand deals and collabs with big names because she's grew her Instagram. We helped her grow her Instagram. And she's able to travel the world, where even working when she's on holiday if she wants, knowing that her account and content was safe and in good hands. So she went from being overworked, drained, tired, worried, angry, to being confident, positive, happy, feeling free, feeling content, and being a star. So these are just the 2 main takeaways that you need to take away from this personally if you're a creator. Number 1, focus on one platform until you've mastered it. Ideally Instagram, because it's the best platform. 1 million followers on Instagram is better than TikTok, it's better than Twitter, it's better than Reddit, um, YouTube. It's better for OnlyFans creators. It's better to have 1 million followers on Instagram than YouTube. Personally, I'd say that. I could be wrong, but I'd say so, yeah. Because YouTube, you can't be as crazy, so it's very hard to um market this type of business. And then the second thing, super important, delegate your chatting so that you have a 24/7 system. If you're doing a chatting yourself or it's your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, it's it's gonna be finite and you're not gonna want to do it. You need to hire a team of people that are good at sales and that can work around the clock, right? So you have like 3 to 4 people working 8-hour shifts, and then like people get days off, etc., etc. But if you're doing it yourself, you can only chat when you're awake. You can't chat when you're at the gym. You can't chat if you're going out for food with your friends. You can't chat if you're with family. You can't chat if you have a normal job. So delegating the chatting is super, super important. Again, focus on one platform, delegate the chatting. That's it.